Jakal _ Supersonic days. You know, Ikan, a much more recent rising star, but also has been around since the Smash 4 days. Has been taking a little bit of a break recently due to school. Was talking to him a little bit yesterday. Great guy. Highly recommend getting the chance to just like sit down and have a chat with Ikan. Super amazing. But they're just getting straight into it. No hand warmers, no nothing, and a great start for Ikan with a cool 42%.
Yeah, this is a matchup, you know, I kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday, but this is a matchup where I feel like if you're a space animal, you kind of pencil it in and it's like, this could go a couple of different ways. You know, historically, the FGC characters have always been really good against these fast baller characters that lead for combo food. So
yesterday, Jakal and Light had a group belly aching session about the FGC characters, where like Light saw that Jakal had Ikan first thing in the morning, and they both just started going off.
Yeah, there's definitely an expletive that was probably exclaimed for a long period of time in that instance, but you know, if anybody can surmount that, it's Jakal. You know, he's one of the most practiced and hardest working players that I know.
You say practice, but I would also like to tack on the adjective of discipline.
Yes.
Jakal is more than willing to play the slow game, more than willing to play the laser game, but thus far he's been unable to, thanks to both the excellent zoning that Ryu has with both Hadouken and Shakunetsu, and then also just the great boxing tool. So he's just slowly falling behind as he tries to play both of those games separately.
Ooh, yeah, but how did I get in a good position there? And nice job from Ikan, able to avoid the ledge trap from Wolf. That is where this match is probably going to be won or lost from on both ends. If Jakal's able to convert off of these ledge traps, I can definitely see him taking a step. But if Ikan's able to play around that, and convert when he gets his hits in, he's definitely going to continue to add on to this lead as he already has.
And speaking of confirms, the big thing that I want to point out right now is so far I've literally only seen straight hits from Jakal. He's not been able to hit those confirms, not been able to get fair, bear, down throw, dash attack, literally anything. It's been only one hit things.
Yeah, and Ryu's definitely at that a couple of % now where it's going to be a lot of straight hits. Jakal's not going to have a lot of confirms. And anything with the ledge jump to the bear, he ain't got no shoes on, man. That is going to...
That's why they call him a Shoto.
Yeah. And there we go. The F-tilt will get Jakal on the board here, but bleeding pretty heavily right now. Definitely not something that can't be surmounted, but Ikan off to a really strong start here against Jakal.
No, and I don't think it will matter for this game, but I would like to point out so we can get it changed for the next one, the timer is on 99 minutes. It's a little bit of a holdover from the crew battle last night.
So everybody keep in mind, once we hit, 93 minutes, 92 minutes.
We might need to be like, hey guys, stop.
Yeah, he timed me out for an hour and a half, man. It was tough stuff, so.
GG's though, we both played bad.
It was a 2-0, it was 3-0, it was close. So.
Jakal though, 98% on him, will be suffering a KO confirm, and yup, it's just the easy Shoryu from Ikan to close out game one with a 2-stock.
Yeah, and Ikan also looks like acknowledging the fact that, hey, the time
it was on 99 minutes. I wasn't going to time you out, but just in case I need to.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is way too big right now. It is daylight saving, so even we forgot to set our clocks this morning.
True. So. That kind of hurt. This morning. I woke up, I was like, did I really get that much sleep? No.
It's the reason I'm drinking a Red Bull before noon, so.
Absolutely.
It's going to be one of those days, folks. But
speaking of other things that were pretty large, Ikan's lead at the end of that game. Jakal never really found a foothold, never really got those claws into him, never really got anything going. It was just one 2-frame F-tilt that took out a stock and nothing else of substance.
Yeah, we'll see what the response is here from Jakal. Again, a very cerebral player, like you mentioned, disciplined, studied, all of the adjectives that make for a good student. So, Jakal, I've seen in a lot of instances, he really... It feels a lot like some sets are like a bend not break sort of thing. It's like, all right, I'll give up a game. It's a long set, so he definitely has a lot of time to adjust here. So we'll see what this game 2 holds for him here. But Ikan, once again, off to a really strong start here last.
Jakal is one of those players who's more than willing to go the distance, go game 5 with any number of people just to make sure that he gets the download going. But he needs to get something more than a download going here against Ikan because he's already up at 90.6% and maybe suffering an up air Shoryu very soon to lose out on the stock while only a tiny little bit of percent is on Ikan.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's only really been, piecemeal things here, and Jakal hasn't really been able to generate any sort of offense. A good parry right there from Ikan. Jakal giving up some defensive options in the corner here. There we go, the up air confirms into the Shoryu, and Ikan not even, a little bit over 50% there. And off to it, once again, a really strong start here. My goodness!
Yeah, you could really tell after that first jab that Ikan was like trying to call out an air dodge from Jakal. Jakal, like we said, too disciplined to give that to him, but it didn't really matter in the end because Ikan won out in the scramble. Found that that KO, and oh, this might be more big damage from him. Okay, not too much of a punish for Jakal missing out on that smash attack.
Gets the F tilt there to gain control of stage for a little bit here. But again, Jakal just trying to find it out, and you see focus being a huge factor here. Something we have not brought up is that, you know, a lot of other characters have tools to deal with focus, but unfortunately, Wolf is cursed with a lot of really good aerials, but they're only one hit blast.
Yeah, straight up eats that F smash thanks to focus. Like you said, most other characters have multi-hits to be able to, like, okay, he's spamming focus, I can throw out this multi-hit move to do something about it. Wolf, no dice for him.
Yeah, I believe that one of the things he has to break focus is, like, I've heard from someone yesterday, it's like sweet spot back air is strong enough to do it, but, you know, how often in a game are you going to hit
Is sweet spot back air really stronger than F smash?
I guess, yes. From what I was told yesterday,
Interesting.
So don't quote me on that, but nonetheless here, Jakal gets on the board, but again, same scenario as last game. Down 2 stocks to 1, and, you know, Ikan is still very fresh on the second stock. But Jakal gets a little bit of offense generated here. Gonna have to play this one pretty close to the vest if he wants to go into game 3 without having to take the long road to get to 5.
That shouldn't be it. No, yeah, Jakal's going to be living through that, but it's still not looking good. We've been on that little tirade of like, oh, he needs to get something, he needs to find something. He's not been able to find anything. X has not yet marked the spot of Jakal's path to victory.
Ooh, goes for the up throw, the back air on the platform. Ikan back-to-back 2 stocks here against one of the best Wolf mains on the planet, if not the best Wolf main on the planet. And again, we spent a lot of time talking about Jakal, but Ikan, like we mentioned, the World Warrior, you know, fan favorite in a lot of people's
circles. Been around the block.
Been around for a while, but also no social media. Power to him.
That's he does stream on Twitch. Actually, quick shout out to Ikan's Twitch if you want to drop him a follow. I think his socials are on stream. Very close to 2,000 followers, he was telling me yesterday. So we can get Ikan up to that 2K, that would be great. But yeah, no Twitter, no Instagram, nothing else.
God, I wish that was me.
God, I wish that was me too.
Alrighty, let's see if Jakal can get on the board here. In order to stay in winners, he's going to have to take the long road to get there. As Ikan is sitting pretty on a 2-games-to-none lead here.
Oh, but a nice start from Jakal. Gets the double dash attack. I feel like I'm playing Mario Kart with that one.
That's what's it. That's the sort of start you're looking for, Last. Like we were saying, you know, Jakal hasn't gotten a lot of these low percent combos that makes Wolf, you know, really good. You know, set that foundation so that these KOs come a little bit easier for you, so you're not treading water the whole time.
But it's not just setting the foundation; it's also setting the pace of the match. Because you see now, Jakal started off with the lead, and he can now play back underneath platforms, using those lasers, reflecting those red fireballs, not like having to run in and play Ikan's game. So gets that early 92% lead, and it is significantly better than anything else that he's seen for the duration of this set.
Yes, again, Jakal no stranger to long sets. Like I said, definitely plays into a lot of bend not break sets where, yeah, you'll give him a couple of games, but pressure makes diamonds, baby.
Yeah, the reverse 3-0 is never far from the realm of possibility for Jakal here. Down throw here, gonna put Ikan off stage, but yeah, ignores the fireball. And there we go, the classic, just bear. Eventually, you're going to jump into it. It's got that mimetic effect where it hypnotizes you into it.
Dare I say the back air is nice. So, gotta call a spade sometimes.
Ooh, that was a terrible mistake by Jakal and just left completely unpunished by Ikan.
Everybody gets one. So, Ikan, I'm sure, will not let him make that, get away with that 2 times. But again, now Jakal doing the smart thing, just kind of sit back a bit, letting Ikan come to him. You know, definitely, like we mentioned, not a stranger to playing the long game. Hey, yo, hello?
Where are you going? Both of you. All right, Jab Shoryu, though, going to be the decider of that stock, and now we're both on 2 apiece. But yeah, this lead has been significantly better, and I would actually wonder how much of that is due to the stage pick of Battlefield here. Because you've seen Jakal playing around platforms phenomenally throughout this game so far. Yes. And I think it's definitely like, he's like, okay, I have a counter pick. Let's actually use it to my advantage.
Yes, 100%. Okay, Tex in the corner. That could have been really dangerous. Those scenarios where you're forced to choose between, you know, teching in place and teching out into the corner.
And we've all seen those corner shield break scenarios from both Ken and Ryu, making that additionally terrifying.
Yeah, the anxiety was definitely at max capacity there, but Jakal coming out on top. Ikan gets the parry, but not able to position himself to get a KO.
149 on him, though. That's going to be full rage, and that means Jakal has to be careful because a lot of things are going to be killing maybe a little bit earlier than he would be expecting. And he knows it, too. He's playing at this distance, throwing out those F-tilts, trying to anti-air Ikan as he comes in.
Yeah, you don't want to throw out something that could potentially get you, punished for it,
Ooh. Oh, no! And he gets out, and dash attack does it as well. A fantastically lucky sequence from Jakal there.
Oh, but still not enough to net that KO. So Jakal, once again, surviving by the skin of his teeth. Does not want to get forced into a regrab, so has to unsafely land right in front of Ikan. The Tatsu will net that KO, so Ikan, despite getting off to a slow start in this third game, now has tied it up to one stock apiece.
You know how unfortunate it is to land right in front of Ikan? You are maybe statistically more likely to die than anywhere else.
You're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
Hey guys, this is me.
Ooh, gets the focus.
Goes for it again as well.
Yeah, rightfully so. Like we mentioned, Jakal doesn't really have a whole lot of options to deal with that.
And now Ikan's just kind of playing that distance game where he's like he's playing the mid-range, trying to get Jakal to throw out options so that he can then circumvent them, but still the lead in Jakal's favor. Finds the back air, puts Ikan off stage. Oh, and looks for the 2-frame.
Ooh, does not get the down smash there.
Unpunishable though in that spot. Ooh, okay. There was a split second where I forgot how focus worked.
Yeah.
And I was like, does focus kill? Because I was like, did the hurt box of the up tilt extend upwards? And then he got punched by focus and died from it, and I was about to be like so sad for Jakal. But no, it was just normal Wolf up tilt.
Yeah, again, a move that Jakal, doesn't. I feel like it's seldomly used. Still a very, reliable, a good kill option.
It's a thing you can't forget, to be certain.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I can do that sometimes. So, again, good stuff there from Jakal. You see, just kind of letting out a fist bump. It's like, whoo, okay,
he's stretching out.
Yeah.
The problem now, though, is that with a 2-0 lead, the last 2 remaining games go to Ikan's counter pick, and with only 2 bans, I don't think Jakal can ban out everywhere that Ryu would like to go. And yeah, we're going to Hollow Bastion on this game.
Yeah, so we will see if the change of scenery will make a difference here for Ikan to win it in Game 4. Again, being able to camp onto that platform obviously will protect them from a lot of what makes Wolf scary. Those landing aerials, things like fair, neutral air.
And especially like that coupled with the focus that we've been talking about throughout this, it's just like, what does Wolf do other than like laser cam?
He's got a gun, use it. So
this is like straight up one of the few matches where Wolf doesn't look top tier.
Yeah. Definitely it keeps him honest here. And see Jakal again just opting to just kind of sit back, let the game come to him.
Nice back air by Ikan. Tries to set up for a little bit more, but Jakal is able to just, and as the set goes on, we're noticing more and more Jakal is more and more willing to just be like, all right, I'm done, I'm out, see ya.
Yeah.
we'll try this whole neutral thing again.
And for
I'll
those
be
reasons,
back later.
I'm out.
Sorry, Sharks.
Yes. There again, you see steady died of neutral air, steady died of neutral B. Ikan catches him jumping out of the corner
and
with the back
air.
air.
Foot to the jaw.
Yeah, so that's a nice start there for Ikan, exactly what you're looking for. Whoever's but just not enough to net that KO.
Ikan living through that and finding the focus, but no follow-up. He definitely wanted the up air to combo. Could have gotten big damage. Jakal's able to get out.
There you go, gets the neutral air right there to catch the jump in.
But again, we're just back to, like you said, the steady diet of straight hits.
Yeah, again, Ikan definitely out of percentage where he doesn't have to worry about anything true. The few things that Wolf does have, to net KOs here. So it's going to be a lot of, piecemealing it together, which again, in turn is very scary because you might have to, find these scenarios where you're hitting Ryu unsafely on block.
And even in that right-hand quadrant of the stage, F-tilt's not enough to kill. I think that was up tilt, not enough to kill. Ikan still, holding on, and every second that he has this third stock is just, it's worse and worse for Jakal. Yeah,
the extra credit is through the roof at this point.
It's another stock. It's not even just extra credit. It's a whole, he took another class. So, I want to make sure I got extra understanding of this subject matter.
Yeah, he's getting college credit at this point, so.
Took dual enrollment.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Time for him to get creative.
Oh my gosh.
Not even with full rage, but there was a moment.
Yeah, very scary stuff, and it's looking very good for Ikan right now. There we go. Jakal getting on the board. but nearing 100% right now is going to have to play this frame perfect as Ikan is looking to move on into in winner's top 64.
Yeah, and this is interesting too because he's been a little bit absent. We saw a little bit of him at Genesis and a little bit of him at Frosty Faustings, but other than that, like, hasn't been attending a ton of locals, hasn't been attending a ton of majors, anything like that. It's been the big ones, and he's doing it big at the big one in Tri-State.
Yeah, Jakal's starting to cook a little bit here. You know, has gone untouched, you know, for these last few exchanges in neutral.
That's very scary, but Ikan opts for the damage, and then the jab, sure you confirms him for a top 16 qualifier a little bit later in bracket, where I believe if everything goes as seeded, he'll be facing off against the one and only MK Leo.
Yeah, and excellent stuff there from Ikan. Again, you know, a tough ask on both ends. Obviously, you know, the tried and true expression in Super Smash Brothers, where, you know, one guy is probably very much more versed in your matchup than the other person is. You know, you don't really find Shoto mains, you know, falling on the sidewalk.
No,
or
but
like that,
there's
so.
Wolf mains are a dime a dozen these days.
So excellent stuff there from Ikan. Like you mentioned, you know, absent a little bit as of recently, but continuing to perform whenever he does show up to things. Yep. So very, very nice stuff. Jakal going to have to do it, you know, the long way through losers a little bit later, but definitely more than capable of going on a run.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've heard the entire set. We've heard Chicago popping off for their boy because there's nobody that Chicago loves more than Ikan, and it's great to see a local scene, a regional scene supporting one of their favorite players like that, especially like somebody who doesn't have that presence on social media, so it's like just the fans in person.
It's like a tall tale.
But
it's like, have you all heard of Ikan?
Do you know? But you did mention absentees.
Yeah.
And we have another former absentee showing up to the ballot here with Casimir, formerly known as Yeti, currently known as God, I Miss Her.
Yeah.
on the many people have been saying that the dark horse run for the summit spot, like this is, nobody was really expecting it going into the weekend because you just see some random dude named God, I Miss Her in the top 64 seed, and you're like that. But before we get into that, we are going to take a very short break, so make sure you stick around because I don't want to miss you too much.
Yeah, we'll be right back.